Good morning and welcome to my channel. This is Bricolage with Pink Girly, and I came on a few seconds early so I can adjust my camera. Now I'm trying to find myself on YouTube, which it's not popped up yet. So let's see. I might have to search for myself. So I hope everyone is doing well. And let's see, I'm here by myself. Okay, I'm just going to keep talking. There we go. I just want to see if there's Dawn. Hello, hello. I'm just trying to adjust my camera a little bit, hoping that you guys can see what I'm doing. Good morning, and welcome in. Good morning, Shaz. I thought I was home alone. I thought I was home alone. Okay, I'm looking at well, it's going to be hard until we just get started. So here's the story. Here's the story of a lovely lady. I agreed to join Stacy May W. Catitude for her sale today. I didn't realize it was Thursday. So I'm only going to be on today for maybe about an hour 15. We'll see how it goes because I need to cut out and then get ready for Stacy. So I thought today I would try to draw lips. And I'm doing this because I was encouraged by a reel I saw on Instagram. And the fella's name is, I put his name in the description box, but I haven't looked at his channel. So I can add more information. But his name is, well, what's on the reel is I am Shane Burke. And I think he's got a lot of different tips. There's N. Hi, N. How you doing? And so I tried to do a little bit yesterday. Now, I've been practicing my eyes, but I'm not so good with lips and noses. So these are the lips that I did. Now my camera's all wonky, so I don't know which way to. There, maybe that's a little better. Marty? Is Marty here? Hi, Marty. Good morning. So these are the two that I was able to try using Shane Burke's technique. So we'll see. So what I pulled out was my file folder journal that I stole the idea from Rosemary Morris. She does sections. Hi, Melody. Good morning. Signatures with file folders, and she puts them together. I think I did mine a little different than hers, but it's basically her idea. And then I went through, and started messing around with some stuff, but there's not a whole lot in here. So I thought this might be a great place to start, checking and not checking, but trying different techniques and stuff with drawing. Because as some of you may know, Christy Rhodes. Christy, I don't think I've met you. How nice to see you and meet you. Welcome, welcome. And so I thought this might be a good place to, fiddle. Because sometimes if you're not sure what you're doing and you want to practice, you may not want to put that in a journal that, is near and dear to your heart. So I'm going to jump right in. If you have any questions for me, hey, Dar, good morning. Chris, hello. Come in. Welcome, welcome. So as I said just a moment ago, if you weren't here, I'm going to cut out a little early today because I need to be over at Stacy May's channel. She's got a maker's showcase, which I agreed to, and I didn't realize it was a Thursday. So I'm double booked. That's not a bad thing to be, double booked. And so I'm going to just jump right in. So what Shane Burke tells you to do on this reel. And this is going to probably be out of order from what he tells you. But I practiced yesterday and did a couple of lips that I just showed you. And, well, it's not really lips, it's a mouth. And he shows you how he does teeth. So I just thought it was cool, and it seemed pretty easy. So I tried it. Now I'm a little slow, don't you know? So I just did a practice one up here to get me started. So the first thing that Shane says is you take a pencil and you want to use something really that's a lighter lead weight, because you don't want your outside lines to show that much, but you need to be able to see what I'm doing. So this may not, work out super great, but I want you to see. So first he draws just a straight line across. And then he tells you to make a little arch. Maybe I'll go to a darker pencil. Tells you to make a little arch. And then a smaller one under here. You want that one to be really skinny. And then he tells you to, now this is where I have trouble because I usually don't hit the middle. Tells you to bring a line down through the middle. And then you're going to bring another arch. Now, of course, I'm going to turn this because I get a little anal. I get a little anal. And I'm hoping I can remember everything he tells you to do. And then you make another arch going the other way for your bottom lip. All right. So then he tells you, he calls it an arrow's bow or something. I'm not quite sure what that means, but basically you make a V shape right there. Okay. And then he has you, what does he have you do next? I'm going to erase. I'm not sure if this is the order he does. Where's my, let me get a little eraser. I love how people say eraser. So I'm going to erase that line, and I'm going to erase the lines in my little dip, the little dip in my lip. Oh, I know what I forgot. And then he takes and makes a little oval circle here, which is going to be your highlight. That's a little, his name is Shane Burke, B-U-R-K-E. And I have put his name in my description box, but I did not look for a channel. Okay. Then I think what he does then is he just shades in this top lip. Now he said you want to shade the top lip a little darker than the bottom lip. And on the reel, I'm going to see if I can, I think I should be able to put the reel in my community tab so you can watch it. And I did notice he kind of goes down here a little bit, makes a little bit of a shape. But he does this darker. And then I'm going to use a lighter pencil. So let's see, that was a 4. He said you want your bottom lip to be a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to scribble this in. And then, of course, with graphite, if you take a stump, or you can use a Q-tip, and then you can rub this in and then rub it all together, and then it's not going to look too sketchy. Hi, Ange. I'm not sure that's clearing up real great, but hopefully you get the idea. Now I'm also going to erase now my inside lines. And I'm going to take my stump. I have a little stump. It's just his name? Oh, thanks, Dawn. Dawn says it's just his name, Shane. Yes, Shaneburke. Shane Burke. So now I'm just going to rub this in. Now I made my little V a little dark, which is not good. So maybe you don't want to do that. Okay, no, that's not going to bend. I wanted to use something to sketch on and work with that. I don't like that stump. Let's see if I can find a different one. Thanks, Dawn. See, this one's okay, but it's got a little bit of a give to it, and I really don't care for that one. Yeah, that one's more sturdy. It's just, personal preference or fussiness, whatever you want to call it. So with the graphite, if you just go ahead and now somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds. I have to find my kneadable eraser because I kind of got that bottom. I should have went a lot lighter than I did, but it'll be all right. I'm just gonna go around that little highlight. Okay. Now I can make this even a little darker. Let's just take a moment. Who are we drawing the lips for to kiss? Well, Ange, that's a good question. What's that song? Because your lips are on. How does that go? Where's Barbara? You old gals will know what I mean. Because your kiss is on. Like, how does it go? Oh, help me, somebody. There's Kimberly. I got to get rid of that one. That's the bendy stump. All right, so I'm trying to follow Sean. Now I'm hoping to do a couple of these and get better as I go. All right, so he gets you to about this point. Kimberly. And what he says is, you don't want to draw the teeth, you want to draw the gums. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly put in Stacy May's channel. I think Stace is getting started around, well, she might be on before then, but I have to be there at 12:15. Ange knows the song, but she can't think of the words. Yeah, me too, sweetie. Because your kiss is on my lips. Because your kiss is on your, because your kiss is on. Da 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 da. You know what I mean. Okay. So with that, he starts in the middle and he just starts making little dots. He makes a dot here and he goes over a little bit and makes a dot here. And he goes over a little bit, makes a dot here, and then here. And then here at the end, he colors in this triangle real dark, the corner of the lips. Okay. And now we're going to go this way. Left, right. And then he makes his puts a little line there and colors in his triangle real dark. Okay, Marty, that's cool. So look, already it doesn't look too bad, right, guys? Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly was sweet enough to put in his. Now she darkens this bottom. It doesn't go all the way around. I'm going to do a little smudgy there. I'm trying to remember everything he does. I probably am not going to get it all. Whoops, whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And I don't have a very good eraser here to do this either. All right, so I'm going to take off those outside edge lines. Then he goes up top. I'm using a number 3B, if that means anything. I know, right, Shaz? Well, what do you see? This is, I mean, this, at least they look like teeth. Now, it's not as good. Oh, your kiss is on my list. Thanks, Ange. Let me put my, try to angle this a little. Oh, that's maybe that's better. I raised it up with my book. So now we're going to go with the top. Now, this is where I messed up with one of the other lips I did. I kind of got off center. So you want to kind of look at that center line, and all you're going to do is make a little V. You know, if you look at your own mouth, where your center teeth are, your gum comes down like that. Okay, so like already I can see teeth. Hall and Oates. And so then we're going to come over and we're going to go directly over top of that tooth on the bottom, make another little V, and then I'm going to come over here and make a little dot over top of that last tooth. And then we're going to go to the left and make another V right on top, over top of that bottom. And then I'm just going to do another little dot, another little dot. Okay. Then he says you know you want to fuss around like deep in this. Make that nice and, you know, make it dark at the top edge of your lip. And then you can do a little bit of shading. So I'm going to grab a little bit of that graphite in that top lip. And I'm just going to shade a little bit across the top and like on the side of that tooth. Come across. You know, I don't think that he really, you know, goes in between too much, but you know, you can do what you want, right? Just put a little hint of shading where those teeth come in, right? Then he takes a darker pencil and he says you can use a pencil or a pen. Grab a dark pencil or a pen. Now let's see what the darkest pencil I pulled out. I think I have a number 6 here somewhere. Oh, here's an, oh yeah, baby, here's an 8. Now here's where I might screw this up. Because you want to put in some of those lines. You know how we all have those lines in our lips? And I was just getting them to go the right way. So I think down the center, you kind of just want that more straight, and then these maybe curved a little. This is, see, I'm not too good at this part. And he says you want it darker at the top where it's, you know, coming out of your mouth, and lighter as you go down. So you want this, the ones I did before, I had a hard time seeing those lines. And then you want to just, oops, I just gave her She's got some spinach on her teeth or something there. I don't know. I don't know. Just trying to darken up that a little bit right where it's coming out of the mouth. I didn't do this edge very well. And my little bow up there is not so great. And I think I could make this not so perfect. My highlight. And then he took, and I don't have the right eraser for it, I don't think. He took and made a little bit of white highlight at where that little V is at the top. Now, I don't know if my Sharpie marker will help. I'm not sure how those lines are supposed to go on the top of the lip. See, and I don't know if I'm allowed to show his video on my channel. I don't want to get in trouble. I love my channel. All right, so that's try number 1. Well, actually, that's my 3rd try. These are my first 2. I only got to do a couple hundred more maybe to get it. 1, 2. There's Barbara. 3. So this is how we start. Now I'm going to do another one. And I wanted to try to do one with color. So let's see. Now I have to keep an eye on my time, because I can only be on till like maybe 11:15, 11:30, something like that. Thank you, Barbara. That's very sweet. So I'm going to see if I can do one maybe with, like, I got out some of Timmy's watercolor pencils that I might like to try, which could be difficult because of the shading and whatnot. So we'll see. But anywho, there's try number 1. Now let me just see. I want to pop this back up again. No, you're okay to put the channel in. I don't know if I'm allowed to show his reel on my channel. You're good, Kimberly. We can put links in. Yeah, her ears must have been twitching. We was talking about Barbara. I was trying to sing this song, because your lips are on my and hey, there's Stitchit. Hi, Pam. Ange thought it was because your kiss is on my lips or something like that. I was saying lips. I think Ange might be right. Okay, so I'm going to start again. And I want to pick up a lighter pencil, so something like an HB. And I'm going to just go right underneath here, and I'm going to make my line straight across. And then Shane has you put a little, I might have said Sean at one point. It's Shane, S-H-A-N-E, Burke. And then, so you just make an arch, and then you make a smaller arch underneath. Then he has you draw this line right down the center. Now this time I want to have more of a peak. I'm liking lips. Chris said, I love the effects graphite can give. I know, right? I do too. I never tried charcoal though, Chris. That's probably really messy though, right? Because your kiss, I can't resist. Yeah. That's it, Marty. Yeah. So I want to have a little more defined peak. Now, some of us don't have very voluptuous and pointy lips. Cupid's bow. That's what he called it up there. Cupid's bow. That was it, Shaz. Oh, I thought he was saying an arrow, but you've got it. That's what he says. Cupid's bow. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to make this a little higher. I'm going to give myself a little mark there. And I'm going to be a little more purposeful about how I'm making this upper arched shape. This may not work. I may be doing it wrong. And then I'm going to give the bottom lip a nice full little scrumptious roundness there. And then the Cupid's bow goes here. And I want to bring that down a little bit because I want there to be more definition than I have up there on that one. And then, oh, I've got to put my space for my highlight in. And now I'm going to erase that little middle out of the Cupid's bow area. And I don't think I need this anymore. So I'm going to take that line out of the center and the lines off the edge while I'm erasing. Now I'm going to go ahead and do, did I miss Gail? Let me have a little sip of water. Hi, Gail. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, put it in caps for me. How did he make out, Gail? Ah. Okay. But he seems to be good. Good. Gail's dad had a procedure yesterday. Wonderful. He made out well. That's good. Okay, so this is really late for you guys to see. Maybe what I'll do is I'm looking to do red lips. So let's see. Let me just candied apple, barn red. I think the barn red is deeper. Hi, Kathleen. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna just color this in so we can kind of see what's going on here. What's going on? What's going on in here? So for those of you that are just coming in, or you may have just tuned in and you're just gently listening, I am not going to stay on as long as I usually do on Thursdays because I need to be over at Stacy May W. Catitude's channel. She's having a maker's showcase, and I agreed to be a part of that. And I didn't, silly me, I didn't think to ask what day of the week. And it's today. So let's just get some color in there. Now I'm going to use a lighter shade. This crackling campfire, I'm hoping, is the lighter shade on the bottom because Shane says, oh, it's more of an orange color. This could be good. See, and I'm already seeing, see, this side of the lip looks thinner. I'm not happy about that. But we'll see. Now I'm coloring around that highlight. And this is watercolor pencil. So unlike with the graphite, instead of using the stump, I'm going to use my watercolor brush. And I'm going to add, because I want it darker up here towards the mouth opening. And I'm going to see if I can bring this out a little bit to kind of match. That's not too bad. I think my bottom lip could use a little help there. Now let's go ahead and use the watercolor brush and see what happens here. Oh, I like that. Now some of that graphite's gonna mix in there, I think, and help deepen that up a little bit. I might have to fuss with that a little bit. Right where that Cupid's bow is. I can still see that pencil line, which, that irritates me. It irritates me. So I'm coming around that highlight when I come. Yes, I'm coming around that highlight when I paint. I'm in a very weird mood, as you can see, or you can hear. We'll let that dry a little bit, and I think I'm going to want to add some more color to that top lip. I miss Barbara's song. Let me see if I can go back. Bob Thomas is great. I really love his performance in Santana. All right, so now let's do the teeth. So I want to get a darker pencil, a heavier weighted pencil. So I think I'm going to go with my, well, I think it's the first time with this guy, I think I used the number 3. Yeah, let's try that again. So what you're going to do again is right underneath the Cupid's bow, you're going to just make like a little mark, a little dot, and then just draw a line over to the width of how big you want that first tooth, a second dot, and just come right along. It's probably a little too far over, but I'm going to go a little smaller there. And then Shane just makes a straight line and he colors in the corner of the lip, of the mouth. And now we're going to come back the other way, come over to the left. He doesn't really even mention anything about the size of the teeth. But I think if you're at this point and you're willing to try drawing a lip, you kind of get an idea. And then you just want to, I mean, you could always look at a picture of an open mouth, right? And kind of get an idea. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take a picture of a mouth I want to draw and use his technique and try to mimic and do more of a actual portrait of a lip and a mouth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you say, oh my word, the first thing that always pops into my head is, oh my word. Like in that Shirley Temple movie. Oh my word. All right, so, and you want this a little darker here. All right, so now we're going to come to the top. And right beneath that Cupid's bow, we're going to make a V. Now, if you can print and make a letter V, you can do this. And like Shane says, you're not going to draw the teeth. You're drawing the gums. And she. So then I'm going to come right over top of that second dot. And I'm making that a V shape as well. And then he kind of just continues, but he's going to make more of a dot the further away you get away from the center. Another dot. And we're going to come to the left, make that V, and scoot over. All right, then he took his blending tool and just shaded a little bit and down around that tooth and around the top. And you can shade a little bit, you know, if you wanted to bring a little bit down, just a little, give more of a hint of teeth. Now I'm going to increase my depth of color. Now this is dry now. Of course, you could come in with regular color pencil too, right? And deepen this. Now I'm just fussing around. This isn't Shane. This is Lori farting around with her lips. I'll just be a farting around. Oh, he did make a darker line under here. So I'm going to use the different shade of red for now. Now I'm going to deepen this up here as well. Whoop. I lost my eraser. I haven't paid attention to chat too much. I'm just looking for capital letters. Barn door. See, now if you're going to try this, oh, and I hope you do try it, especially if you're interested and you like to draw, or you would like to learn to draw like me. I would not, you know, I made that my Cupid's bow, I did really with a dark pencil. I shouldn't have done that. So you can really see that that's a little too dark there. So I'm wondering if I smudge a little bit more in there. Because if you know Tamara Laporte at all, she uses her graphite in her pencil as part of her shading on the stuff she draws, and it works quite nicely for her. These pencils are the Fine Touch. I believe they're from Hobby Lobby. I used a couple different ones. I just happened to pull these out because I was trying different sets. This just says Sketch Pencil. I don't remember the brand of this. I like the Faber-Castell fairly well, but I didn't pull those out. I think I have one here I can show you. I think that's what this is. Yeah. I like these too, the Faber-Castell. Oh, the colored ones. Sorry, Shaz. These are Tim Holtz's Distress Watercolor pencils. I just pulled out the reds, and I've got the pinks. Pulled out the pinks too. Might give a go with that. Give a go with the pinks. Sorry, dear. So sorry. They come in. They come in a little tin like this. Of course, I took it all apart because there's the set of 3. It had the things in there for them to sit in, but they were really fussy to kind of get them out. So, and of course, not the complete set will fit in all of them. So now they're rolling around. I don't like that either, but you know, I gotta work it out. Bye, Chris. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your day. All right, so I'm going to go up in that graphite from that pencil and try to. Well, now it just looks like she's wearing lip liner. That's okay. It's all right. I think I need to pull up a picture of a pair of lips. I want to twirl this. I did not bring my colored pencils out, which was silly. It was silly. Okay, so now I am going to. Can you see the difference? See how big that's? It's like she's got a fat lip on one side. I mean, I know we're not perfect, but when you draw. All right, let me see if I can find. I just want to see how those lines should really, those lines we have in our lips. Let's say draw mouth, I guess I should say. So they kind of go into the right on the top, and on the bottom, they kind of just come straight down. Now let's see if I can keep that in my brain long enough to do it. Okay, Ange. Ange is in the mood to make a bowl. I'm in the mood to make a bowl. Yeah, da, da, da. Okay, so it should be darker. I had it reversed. It should be darker here. And then darker here, the top. It kind of curls around once you get over to that side and this side. Let's see if I can smudge. Let's see if I can smudge it. Not really. Doesn't look bad though. Now he also put a dark line at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my Sharpie pen. I'm fussing now. I'm fussing. I don't know if this is better or worse. I mean, we have a lot of lines in our lips. Maybe I should have left it alone. Now, another thing I'm going to do is, I've got one of these open somewhere, but I think it's out by my comfy chair. So this is Artistro Extra Fine Tip 0.7 water-based. And this was recommended by Janet M. Young. It's pretty good. Some of us struggle with finding a nice, bright, white pen. Okay, sweetie, be careful. And Shane also puts a highlight here at the top. And I guess if we wanted to, we could really put a little bit of a highlight on some of the teeth. Okay, Gail, Australia is so... Okay, so Gail said that she has on her bucket list to visit Australia, and Shaz said that Australia is so diverse. Beach to the outback, landscape changes dramatically, and for the most part, Aussies are pretty laid back. And Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society, said, Shaz, when you do come, are you staying with me? She's got a big house, lots of room. She has chocolate or two for the guest room pillows. Of course, she'll taste it first for quality control. Deal. Deal, deal, deal. All right, so Barbara, are you anywhere near Prince Edward Island? My sister is going to go to Prince Edward Island, I think, next year for her happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Okay, I'm looking for my eraser pencil. My pencil that has the eraser on the end. All right, so there we have just the graphite and red. I think I would like to try to do pink, I think. Now, I'll be practicing this like I practice eyes, like probably do like 100,000 of them. Because first of all, it's just a little project. It doesn't take long. Now, where's the top of my file folder? Okay. And the more you make, the better you get at it. So Shane says, see, now I'm getting really big there. Shane says, make that little arch, little tiny one on the bottom. Take your pencil and divide that in half. I think I'm going to just make my Cupid's bow first. And then I think I'm going to work on the shape of my lips. Well, you can't really see that at all, can you? Can you see it at all? Good morning, Kathy. Kathy's going to be making salsa today. She might be making it now. Maybe she's gotten free for a little bit of a break. All right, now I'm going to put nice full lip on the bottom. Okay. Now let's erase these inside lines. And this line on the outside. I want that little mouth part there a little deeper. And this still isn't quite right over here. Let's do this one over. I want that to come out, I think, a little bit more. It's just hard to tell. It's just hard to get the other side. Like, my angle might be off a little bit. That could be part of the problem. I think that looks a little better. Maybe not much, but a tad. A tad. All right, so let's do the teeth first on this one. Take that center line out. I keep forgetting that highlight. I think on this one too, I want to put a highlight up here. I guess it should be on the same side. So let's do that. Now I'm going to take a darker pencil. I'm going to stick with my 3B, I believe. Still got a fairly good point. Well, maybe I should get one with a better point. Let's see. Let's do a 4. That point's a little better. All right, so I'm just going to come down from the point of the Cupid's bow, and I'm going to make my first dot. I'm going to come over, make a second, third, and I'm going to get smaller there and let a little bit of that tooth show and color in my corner of my mouth. It's so hard not to say mouse. And then I'm going to come over to the left, do the same thing. Just really kind of making little hatch marks, little dots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Color in the corner of the mouth. Do, 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 do. Now I'm going to come back to right underneath that Cupid's bow, which is then above my center dot, and I'm going to make a little letter V. Color that in. And over to the left, and then make another V, a little bit smaller. And then to the left, I'm sorry, to my right. Saying left, and it's right, left, right, left, right. And then the smaller out to the side, it's just a smaller, like a dot, not so much a V. Is Dawn leaving? Dawn, it looks like maybe Dawn has a... Bye, Dawn, if you're leaving. Bye-bye. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Kathy Calico Kate said it's beautiful here in Missouri, too. It was almost cold outside at 7:30. Oh, okay, Dawn. Thanks, honey. Yeah, it's beautiful here. We have the doors open with the fresh air coming in, which hubby loves because the air conditioner's off. It's funny look how different it looks. I think it looks so different compared to when you color in the lip part. All right, so now I have a darker pinky color, which is picked raspberry, and I'm going to use that for the top of this set of this lip, this mouth. And I'm going to leave a highlight on this one. So this is Tim Holtz Distress watercolor pencil. So I'm veering a little bit away from Shane's instructions because I'm putting color on the lip, number one, and I am leaving a little area open for a highlight on the upper lip, which we did not do before. And then I'm using a lighter pink, which is Kitsch Flamenco, and that's also a Tim Holtz Distress watercolor pencil. And Shane Burke, the fellow that's real I am following, He says you want to do a darker upper lip and a lighter bottom lip. And I'm going to come back in now with that picked raspberry and just deepen the top of my lip. And I think really it should be a little darker down here underneath. I wonder if I can erase some of this line. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby girl. There we go. All right, now let's get the watercolor pencil. I mean paintbrush. Watercolor brush. Ooh. And let's blend that very lovely pink lip. Now you can do, just with a pencil like we did the first time. And certainly you could use color pencil, you could use water, regular watercolor paint. You could use just color pencils. Now the thing with Tim's pencils are you can just go at them like they were paint. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of the end of that pencil and kind of blend this a little bit more. Deepen that color. Deepen the outside edge. Oh, now I'm just fussing now. I'm just being fussing. Make that a little darker under the highlight. I'm not sure that that's, what I should be doing. But I just did it. And this is just my little file folder sketchbook. So you could throw anything together, any kind of, if you've got some sketch paper and you don't want to work with it in a tablet, you could just use scraps of paper, make yourself a cute little journal if you don't want to work in a scratch tablet. I keep losing my eraser. Here it is. Yeah, I like this color too. Now, what we didn't do was we did not do any blending or shading inside the mouth where our teeth are. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, when I look at it this way, I can really see the dots, yada, 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 and the, the little V's up here. But when I look at it on camera, it really doesn't look too bad. Let's see. I would like to deepen. Let's just mess around a little bit. Let's just deepen underneath here with the graphite. See if I can. See, had I thought a little bit more, I would have grabbed my color pencils. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, you know what I was just thinking? I could use my StazOn. Not my StazOn, my Stabilo pencils. I don't want to mess up my pink lips, though. Where's that? Where's my Stabilo All? Let's see what this does. Let me give that a little. a little sharpening. Let's just make that point a little better. I'll be interested to know if any of you try this and how you find it. I'm anxious to look at his site and see what other stuff. Yeah, purple would be good. He does have a purple in the watercolor. I would like to use my dark purple. I don't know if I have the purple one out. I use, if you are familiar with, yeah, it's not in there. Oh, here's the purple. If you're familiar with, thanks, Kathy, Prismacolor pencils, they have a dark purple that I am absolutely in love with, and I use that for all kinds of shading. Let's try this before I do the Stabilo. Let's try and add some. This is seedless preserves. No, we're just fussing. We're just fussing. Now I don't have to put water to this either. I can just use this as a regular color pencil, right? How do you think that looks? I may not need to put the water to this. Oh, you're following along? What do you think, Kathleen? How's it going? Do you think I mean, it's a good process, right? Don't you think? Hi, Teresa. I'm going to use a little bit of that down here. Now down here I might use the pencil. I mean the brush. I keep saying pencil. Good grief. Just hitting that very lightly. I don't really want to see a harsh line. I want it to blend. Now, I'm just wondering. Kathleen thinks it's working pretty well. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think so too. Now I'm thinking maybe I should try. Let's try this. Let's just try one of these colored pencils to make the lines in our lips. So the top is darker. So I'm going to use the seedless preserves. And rather than going in with the graphite. Can you see that at all? And then down the bottom, rather than, yeah, I am feeling better. I think I need to have my eyes examined, need to have my head examined and my eyes examined. But thanks, Teresa. Yeah, I am feeling a little better, but it's just I bought new readers yesterday, which that's better for me to see my computer screen, but I'm well overdue. But I've been so overwhelmed with stuff with my mom. So some of that is starting to come to come to an end. I signed papers yesterday to sell um, what we call the little house and my mom's second property. Um, so they are getting ready to make settlement now. I don't have to be there. They changed settlement, which we were not aware. So to accommodate me, they allowed me to come over yesterday and sign all the paperwork. Thanks, Anne. I appreciate that. And you could do this. I can't draw lips either. Trust me. I could show you. Oh, I don't know if I have any out here. I could embarrass myself and show you some lips. These are the best lips I've ever done. Very easy process. Thanks to Shane Burke. And so, and we've rented the property for the last several years to actually my middle sister's nephew on her husband's side of the family. Right, Teresa's right. You can draw anything you want. It's mind over matter. And if you need any encouragement, you can go to Dee Dee Willingham's channel, and she will tell you. You can do it. But when someone breaks it down and gives you steps to do it, a lot of times you're trying to two shots. Great. This is what we want. We want you to try, and it's just paper. Get a composition book from the dollar store. That's all you need. Just paper and pencil. You don't need any of these fancy things either. You can use a Q-tip. You can get in there with a Q-tip and rub a dub, right? With a pencil. That's all you need. Yup, takes practice, says Gail. Exactly. And Kath put in Shane's channel. Again, Kimberly did that for us earlier too, so you don't have to scroll way back. Thanks, Kath. That's a great of you to stick that in there for me again. That's wonderful. So now I'm going to use my little highlighty pencil pen again. And I'm going to make, oh, you know what? I didn't do the bottom. So what I was saying was now I'm going to go back in. I use the dark purple for the top of the lip because it's darker. Now for the bottom, which is lighter, I'm not going to use the seedless preserves. I'm going to use the picked raspberry, which is darker than the Kitsch Flamingo that we colored it in with, but it's lighter than, of course, the seedless preserves. So when I looked on my phone online, the lip lines, the bottom lips are more straight. And then as you get out to the corners, they start to curve. So this curves in towards the center. You can put in as many as you like. And then as you go out to the right, they start to curve more in to the center, of course, the other way. So I think my lines are looking a little better. Now I did that watercolor, so I'm just curious to see if I take just a little bit of water. Now this here, I think I want to wipe that out a little bit. That didn't work out so well, so you might not want to do that. Now Shane, when he did his, he just put the lines right through the highlight. So now I'm going to come back in here with my mouth looks like a whale shark. Oh, come on. So you got to make sure you get your proportions right. Like where he says, this is just file folder paper, so I don't even think you need watercolor paper personally. To me, watercolor paper, then it bleeds, where See, I'm not getting any bleeding here, which is good for me. I'm not too big about the bleeding. I don't know how to control it. So you want to make sure you're not making these initial arched marks, too, like if you make it too big in the center, then yeah, it's gonna look like a shark mouth. So maybe bring that down the next time you try one. Okay, so I'm going to take this white highlighter. Color in my highlight. Do a Dee Dee Willingham. Just kind of tap at it. And then I'm going to add the highlight at the top like Sean did. I keep saying Sean. It's Shane. So I was just going to use the Stabilo to darken this area, and then we went and we used the darker color of the colored pencil. So let me see if I can do it here on the red, because I got to scoot in a minute. So I've got my Stabilo All. Now this is a pencil that can write, they say can write on anything. And you can also use this to make shadows and shades and whatnot. So like if I color just with this pencil underneath my lip here and just scribble some color in like that, then I can come back in with a water brush and blend that out. Now the Stabilo comes in different colors. I don't know all the colors they have, but they do have white and they do have navy blue, and they've got this, what they call Stabilo All. That's the red on the outside. Yeah, see, I just put the water on it and see how it just smudged it. It smudged it. So I was thinking that might also work if I wanted to use it to make, say, the top inside of my lip here darker. So I'm just coloring across this area of the lip where the gums are. And I'm just putting some Stabilo pencil down. Okay. I don't know about charcoal, Teresa. I don't know how that might react. I mean, I know Chris would know, but Chris had to go. And there may be somebody else. Dawn probably would know, but I think Dawn had to scoot. So now I'm just taking my watercolor pencil, and it's just damp. It's not, I didn't squeeze it real hard because I don't want this to be out of control for me. I want to try to control. And if you've listened to anybody online do any kind of coloring or shading, they're going to tell you it's contrast. It's all about contrast. So if you're wanting to deepen that and make your lips look more round, what you want to do is you need to create dark in here. So now I'm really pressing fairly hard, just as an experiment here with the Stabilo. Now I don't want this to be too terribly wet, because I don't want it to run. Now it's not blending out the way, but see, there's a learning curve with everything, right? So, and I've said this before, just taking your watercolor brush and trying to move that pencil, that's not always easy either. There's certainly a talent to that as well. So I'm going to scoot. I'm going to scoot so I can grab a little bite and replenish my drink and get myself set up for heading over to Stacy May W. Catitude's channel, where she's having today a Makers Showcase, which I am going to be a part of in just a little while. And so today's live was inspired by Shane Burke. And if you look back in chat, Kathy and then Kimberly earlier on put in Shane's link to his channel. I haven't checked out his channel. I just saw a reel that he did, and it reeled me in because I need to work on lips and noses. So I'm hoping Sean has a nose video, which he probably does, but I haven't, of course, like I said, check that out yet. So this is what we did this morning. We did what Shane said. I keep saying Sean. Good night. Shane just has you do this little line, make two little arches, line down the center, and then a third arch, a fourth arch, and then he takes you from there. And one of the biggest things that I keep saying in my head is, you're not drawing the teeth, you're drawing the gums. And I think they turned out fairly well. I'm very pleased. And this was the pink one that we did. So let me know. Hey, leave a comment if you can let me know that you tried this. I would love to know. Shaz has tried it. Kathleen was working along. So that's wonderful. I'm going to see if I can put Shane's reel in my community tab. I think I should be allowed to do that. And Pam's going to head over to this Makers Showcase. Cool. And we also have Stacy's channel linked too. How long till Stacy, I think, is probably either started or getting ready to start at noon. I'm not quite sure. Thanks, Anne. Shaz likes the pink one. I like the shape of the lips of the pink one too. I mean, I'm really well pleased with all three. So hey, if you found this helpful, you know somebody else who likes to draw, if you like, share my live, that would be terrific. Coming up on 2,000 subbies, which is very exciting for me as a content creator. That's very, very exciting. All right. So, hey, I'll see y'all later. Hopefully, I'll see some of you over at Stacy's. And don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. And I hope to see you all very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.